Hello everyone, welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie and I am here today on Monday morning drinking my coffee and I'm sitting here with a monstrosity next to me. And by that I mean an entire month's worth of wax empties. So I don't know how my empties ended up piling up for this long. I just had so many hauls that I had to film and I just kind of got behind on everything. And so now I have 4 weeks worth of empties. The amount of empties that are sitting next to me is honestly a little bit overwhelming. I have no idea how long this video is gonna be, so it might be on that grab a snack, grab a drink level. We'll see what the length ends up. This is 4 weeks of empties. There isn't really much else to say, so let's just get into it because this is gonna be a hefty one. So I'm gonna start with Rose Girls. I'm gonna go with the ones that I have the most of down to the least. So I have a nice big pile of Rose Girls here. So let's just get into it. So this first one was Blackberry Cream Puff Zucchini Bread, Fruity Blackberry, Vanilla Custard, Flaky Pastry, and Baked Zucchini Bread. Now, I am not typically a blackberry person, but I have to say this one was really good. The fruity blackberry was on par with the type of blackberry that you get in a blackberry jam butter cookie. Just a really nice fruity blackberry jam. No floral, harsh, or like nose burning notes that sometimes blackberry can have. Also, it was blended with zucchini bread, which I mean, that kind of fixes everything. So just this, all of this blended together just worked so great together. It was a really nice, deep, realistic, fruity blackberry with that like dry base of zucchini bread on the bottom. Really enjoyable. This was one that was available recently in a pre-order. I had not melted this yet though, so I didn't get it because not a blackberry person, but if I would have known how much I enjoyed this one, I probably would have picked it up. So even if you are an iffy blackberry person, this one is good. This next one is the Almost Perfect Christmas, cinnamon sugar, toasted marshmallows, and pine. This was so good. This was so good. It wasn't super heavy bakery because all it has in it is the cinnamon sugar and the marshmallow. So it was just this like super sweet, kind of gooey, a little bit smoky, a little bit sugary, and this like hint of cinnamon with the pine tree. It was so good. It truly was a cinnamon sugar. There was nothing red hot or spicy about this. This was really just like really sweet Christmas. Not bakery, but it's not that craft store. Like if you want something just kind of in the middle, this was a really good scent. I would definitely buy that again. I got that one in a D-stash. So what I mean to say is I would definitely purchase that one if it was available. This next one is called Sunkissed. This is lemongrass, vanilla bean Noel, and the number 68 from Sol de Janeiro. I don't want to mispronounce the words, so I will just let you read that. Number 68 to me smells a little bit like a Baccarat Rouge 540 with just a hint of a little more like fruity floral with it. This one, I mainly smelled the lemongrass. I got hints of the vanilla bean Noel and that number 68, but it was mostly like an herbal lemongrass scent. I like lemongrass, but I wanted a little bit more from the other notes in this one. This one is Boom Roasted, espresso, coconut cream, pie crust, and salted caramel. This is one that I've had many times. This is one of my favorite coffee scents ever. I love coconut with coffee. I love it in real life and I love it in scents. And this is just the perfect blend of that coconut, caramel, and that coffee. Having the coconut cream pie, the salted caramel, and the pie crust makes it so that it's not a harsh coffee scent at all. It's very sweet. It's delicious. If you like coconut and you like coffee, this is a really good one. This one is Serendipity French Vanilla Coconut Milk. We are a big Serendipity household here. It is one of my girlfriend's favorite scents. It So to me, Serendipity smells like a just really sweet, rich, heavy, super sweet with a little bit of coconut scent. I have heard people say that they get a cherry note from Serendipity. To me, that is unimaginable. Like, I don't get any cherry from it whatsoever. I honestly feel like Serendipity, vanilla butter fudge, and spiced oat milk hit my nose very similarly. And then this had the coconut milk in it, so it definitely amped up that little coconut undertone that I get from the Serendipity. And the French vanilla was just a gorgeous layer of a rich, creamy vanilla. This was just your ultimate like creamy sweet scent. I absolutely loved it. Love Rose Girl Serendipity. It's one of my favorites. This one is banana espresso nut bread, banana bread, espresso beans, and pecans. So this one, I got this in a D-stash or something like that, and it was definitely on the older side, I could tell, and it had a little bit of that like dusty kind of older vibe, you know what I mean? That I can pick that up in wax. And you know, there was a couple of times that I melted it and I really liked it. It was kind of just like a coffee scent with a hint of banana, which I love banana and coffee blended. Like, it's one of my favorite things. But then the last couple of times that I melted it, it just smelled a little bit off. Like, it was just a little bit, the banana smelled a little like a rotten overturned banana, if that makes sense. So I would definitely try this again in a more fresh form because I do like banana and coffee. This one is Silent Night Mode. This is sweet lavender, vanilla balsam, roasted pine cones, and a blanket of fresh fallen snow. I mean, tell me this scent doesn't scream my name, honestly. And I absolutely love this. I feel like nobody's shocked. It was so good. The way that the sweet lavender and the roasted pine cones blended, it gave it this fruity note to it. You know how sometimes lavenders, when blended with certain things or even certain lavender oils, can have this like slight fruitiness to it? I love that. I love when a lavender has that. This was so good. And then mixed with that balsam, you got that tree. So it was like sweet, it was herbal, it was tree, it was a little fruity. And then that blanket of fresh fallen snow just gave it a little bit of like coolness, like if you had a little bit of cool air. This was a gorgeous atmospheric sweet scent and I really loved it. This one is Banana Raspberry Coconut Peeps Cake. So this was another one. This one I got in the Round Robin box, one of the Round Robin boxes. And when I smelled this, I was pretty shocked because I don't like raspberry, but I could barely smell the raspberry in this. This to me was more like banana marshmallow with maybe just this like hint of fruit underneath it. But the coconut really like did a lot for it. So it was a super nice coconutty scent with a little bit of banana. It was almost as if you had like a banana coconut daiquiri and there was just like some fresh raspberries as a garnish. That's kind of what this smelled like. I really enjoyed it in my office and my bathroom. It's coffee break. Where is it? I forgot. I lost my coffee. Okay. This next one is Grandma Got Run Over by a Chain Chomp, blackberry jam butter cookies, cotton candy frosting, and waffle cone. With this scent, I could pretty much only smell the blackberry jam butter cookies, which I love that scent. It's a really, really deep, rich blackberry jam paired with a super rich buttery cookie. I really enjoy that scent, but I can't say that I got any of the other notes in it. Last from Rose Girls, this was a big old loaf here in I'm Vanilla Baby, vanilla icing, vanilla sugar waffle cone, and vanilla lace. So this was just like your ultimate vanilla scent. I feel really lucky in that vanilla throws really well in my home, even open concept. I did this a lot in my kitchen just to have kind of that nice basic sweet vanilla scent. It's just a go-to for me, and I have found that Rose Girls vanillas are just exceptional. I really, really like them, and I would definitely get this scent in a large quantity again. For sure. All right, so that is all my Rose Girls. Next, I will do my L3. So I finished 2 scoops. The first one was zucchini bread and sugar cookie royale, just a classic deep bakery. And then the second one was plain white elephant exchange, which is powdered donuts, vanilla wafers, white cake, and vanilla frosting. This is just like a super, super sweet powdered donut scent with that frosting. It's so, so good. This one is more of like a deep, rich bakery. This one is more of a light, fluffy, sugary, sweet, donutty bakery. Love both. And then I got through a bunch of L3 samples as always. This first one was Archipelago Arugula. I had to remember how to pronounce that again. This was like the greenest scent that you can imagine. Just imagine sticking your head in like fresh, lush green rainforest. That's what that was. This one was fig rhubarb, brown sugar, and pie crust. This was one of my friend Ember's customs. I ended up getting bunts in this because I enjoyed the scent so much. It is like your perfect deep fruity scent, but that leans a little bit body care on the nose. It almost has a little bit of maybe like a cranberry or a pear type of vibe. And then the brown sugar and the pie crust just adds that like baked, sugary, flaky pastry element to it, and it's really, really good. I would highly recommend just giving fig rhubarb a try and just seeing if you like it, because I was pleasantly surprised. This one was Mac Apple, Cotton Candy, Salty Sea Air, Driftwood, and Whipped Cream. I absolutely loved this. I thought it was gorgeous. I could smell every single note in this. A lot of times with Mac Apple blends, that's all that you can smell. That was not the case for me here. I could smell the whipped cream and the cotton candy, and then that Salty Sea Air and Driftwood, toning it down and giving it that summer atmosphere. This was a really, really good, really unique combination. And even my girlfriend, who hates Mac Apple, stepped into my bathroom and said that she didn't mind this. So love that one. Oh, this one makes me so sad. This is Pacific Woods. This was the most gorgeous woodsy scent that I've ever smelled. And the oil's out of stock. L3 doesn't carry it anymore. And I just wish that I would have tried this sooner, because it's actually like the most perfect like woodsy scent. It's like woodsy and rich tree, but like a little sweet. I don't know. It's very magical. And I wish I could have gotten my hands on more of that. This one was White Woods, Vanilla Balsam, Cider Lane, and Peppered Suede. I love this. This was like a little bit masculine, a little bit fall, and a little bit tree. It was like this kind of like if you had a very, very atmospheric cologne, that's what this is. I really, really liked it. This one is Boom Boom, Warm Vanilla Sugar, and Fresh Picked Strawberry. I'm not normally a Fresh Picked Strawberry fan, but with the Boom Boom, it doesn't give me that scent that Fresh Picked Strawberry does sometimes. It just blends with the Boom Boom really nice and makes it this fruity strawberry Boom Boom. And in this one, I definitely could also smell the Warm Vanilla Sugar, that kind of musky, vanilla, sugary, more body care. Like it was really nice. This is also another one that throws very strong if you're interested in a strong scent. This one here was Pumpkin Mallow Pie. This one, I could barely smell this on cold, and I had no idea what to expect. On warm, I could smell that marshmallow really strong with like this hint of pumpkin underneath it, and I actually really liked it. This one was Pineapple Upside Down Pie, Pineapple Sorbet, Brown Sugar, Pie Crust, Sweet Cream, and Sugar Cookie Royale. This was really good. This was definitely more bakery than it was pineapple, which was really interesting. I could smell the Sugar Cookie Royale really strong. I could smell the pie crust. And then because it's pineapple sorbet and not fresh pineapple, it was almost like that ice creamy kind of desserty type of pineapple, almost a little dull whip, but with the dry, like kind of salty pie crust and the Sugar Cookie Royale. It was really unique. It was really good. It was one where I walked into my bathroom and I couldn't remember for the life of me what I put on, because it was just so unique and so different and I couldn't place it. I remembered that it was this and I was kind of caught off guard, but I really enjoyed it. This one was Coconut Cream Pie, Coconut Shortbread Cookies, and Sugar Cookie Royale. I love coconut cream pie, but something about the coconut shortbread cookies oil, and this is like a multi-vendor thing that I've noticed across the board is that the coconut shortbread cookies oil comes off like plasticky to me, and I don't know why. So this was good, but the coconut shortbread cookies made this smell too artificial for me, and I wish that it was just coconut cream pie because I love that one. To me, it's much better. This one was toasted pistachio cookies, vanilla butterfudge, vanilla wafer, and pie crust. This was definitely more of like a light, gentle scent. I just smelled a little bit of kind of a raw, fresh pistachio, like if you were smelling a bag of de-shelled pistachios. And then there was that like kind of gooey, rich vanilla butterfudge that added a really, really creamy sweetness. And that's kind of what I got from this. It was one of those ones that's just more gentle, a little more light, but you can still smell a nice, sweet, nutty essence in the air. Last sample that I got through here is peanut butter and jelly pie. So this is funny because I loved this scent. I feel like it smelled exactly like peanut butter and jelly. It had me shook at how realistic it was. I had it in my office, and my girlfriend hated it so much that she didn't even like walking by it in the door. And I thought it was pretty good, but she had an extremely adverse reaction to it, so I turned it off. But I think it was good. So those are all the samples from L3, and now my full-size things here. So I did this shot cup in vanilla satin, sweet lavender, and sweet bakery dough. I've never tried vanilla satin before. It kind of reminded me of like a vanilla lace on warm with that lavender. And then the sweet bakery dough just kind of made it a little more doughy and bakery versus just like a sweet vanilla lavender scent. This was really good. I love lavender bakery. It kind of doesn't fail for me, so this was just good. This was just right up my alley of something I would like. Strawberry jam, cupcakes at Tiffany's, and Palo Santo. This one, I really, really loved it on cold. Like, absolutely loved it. And then on warm, the way that the Palo and the strawberry jam blended together, I just was not a fan of it. It was almost like it just didn't work to me. Like, they just didn't blend well. It just didn't hit my nose well. So I love all of these notes separately so much. I mean, strawberry jam, cupcakes at Tiffany's, and Palo Santo are some of my favorites, but for some reason all together, it just didn't work for me. It just smelled like it didn't blend, if that makes sense. This one was pumpkin pecan waffles, pralines and cream, French toast, and cinnamon buns. This was like the most perfect, decadent, breakfasty, nutty, sweet scent. Loved it. Great throw. Smelled exactly like waking up on a Sunday morning and you're having French toast or cinnamon buns or waffles. Just so good. This one was, this is the one that Tam put her whole heart and soul into. This is Cashmere Cream, Beach Nights Bath & Body Works type, and Cotton Candy. I can't say enough about this. I really can't. The Cashmere Cream is just such a rich, luxurious oil. It just adds an upscale vibe to anything you put with it. And then the Beach Nights Bath & Body Works type is such a sweet and creamy Beach Nights. To me, there's really no smoke to it at all. I love that. And then the L3 Cotton Candy is just this gorgeous spun sugar, lightly fruity cotton candy. And the way that these blend together, it's just so stunning. And the word on the street is that L3 is out of the Cashmere Cream oil, and I don't want to talk about it. So that's that one. This one was Pink Frosted Cake. Today is October 3rd. Today's October 3rd is, of course, Palo Santo, Sugar Cookie Royale, and Toasted Mallow. A delicious, sweet, smoky scent. And then Pink Frosted Cake. To me, L3's Pink Frosted Cake, I can really detect the strawberry in it. So it was kind of this Today's October 3rd with the strawberry cake. And honestly, similarly to that strawberry jam and Palo Santo, I don't think I loved the blend of that strawberry frosting with the Palo Santo. I think I'm just realizing that strawberry and smoky are just not my vibe, I don't think. But today is October 3rd, is just unmatched in general. And I mean, it was still that blend and it was good. I just feel like I could have done without the strawberry essence. This one was cinnamon sugar, pretzel, sugar cookie royale, and vanilla ice cream. This was absolutely fantastic, amazing. I would have never bought this scent myself because of the pretzel. Pretzel makes me nervous. I really don't like it from a lot of vendors, but with the cinnamon sugar, it smelled like such a sweet, doughy cinnamon sugar pretzel, like as if you actually got it from a hot pretzel stand, and it has that like buttery glaze, doughy pretzel, no salt, just dipped in that cinnamon sugar. That is what it smelled like. And the way that this blended with the vanilla ice cream specifically, this was so stunning, so stunning, so good. Highly recommend. This one was blue sugar, beach nights, and zucchini bread. I have talked about this multiple times. I love this blend. Now this is the L3 Beach Nights, their house blend. So this is the more smoky, toasty beach nights. And then blue sugar is kind of, it's like ever so slightly masculine, but not. To me, blue sugar is a little bit more of a unisex, but if it has that kind of anise, a little bit woodsy, a little musky undertone. It's just so good. And then zucchini bread, just, you know, that dry, bready base, like I say all the time, it makes everything better. Like actually makes everything better. And any blend with blue sugar and zucchini bread is so good. Like trust me, it's so good. And then with that beach nights, this is just a gorgeous scent. This one was Cracklin' Birch, Sugar Cookie Royale, and Buttercream Frosting. L3 has a gorgeous buttercream frosting. It is so rich. It smells exactly like a bowl of homemade fresh buttercream frosting. And then her Sugar Cookie Royale is such a doughy, soft sugar cookie, almost a little bit like an undercooked sugar cookie. So it's very decadent when you blend that buttercream frosting with the Sugar Cookie Royale. I love that. And then the Cracklin' Birch, for me, I have a hard time describing Cracklin' Birch, honestly. Cracklin' Birch is a little bit sweet, a little bit smoky, a little bit tree, a little bit incensey. Like it covers so many bases, and I feel a little bit unsure about the scent. No, it's just not, I like it, but it's not what I would choose. Like I would pick like a driftwood, a roasted pine cone, a pine, a balsam, a cedar, Apollo, a sandalwood over Cracklin' Birch personally. But this was, it was a good scent. I definitely didn't dislike it, but there's something about the Cracklin' Birch that just is only okay for me. This one is Beyond the Grave, Farm Stand Apple, Leaves, and Pumpkin Souffle. This is one of my favorite fresh apple scents I have ever tried. I really hope that I can get a little bit more of this before L3 closes because this was so good. It's a really nice fresh apple without it being Mac apple. It's not Mac apple. It is just a gorgeous, normal, fresh apple. The leaves in this was a kind of like dried fall, freshly fallen leaf. It didn't have the fruitiness that the Bath & Body Works leaves type does. And then the pumpkin souffle just gave it this hint of pumpkin. And this was just so good. This was just going through to an apple orchard in the fall. Stunning. This one was vanilla buttercream frosting, sugared shortbread, and Palo Santo. Absolutely amazing. Sugary, smoky bakery. Like I said, the vanilla buttercream frosting from L3, it is the strongest, most gorgeous buttercream frosting to me. And then her sugared shortbread, to me, it really smells like a Lorna Doone shortbread cookie, like that dried but very, very sugary shortbread cookie. And then Palo added that smokiness. So this was just like really, really rich, Decadent Smoky Bakery. This one was Vanilla Balsam Spiced Oat Milk. I've talked about this 1,012 times. This scent is amazing. And if you like tree and you like vanilla and you haven't tried it yet, I don't know what you're doing. Go get it because it's so good. It's so creamy, rich with that balsam. I just love it. It just gives the vanilla balsam this gorgeous, creamy, rich base behind it. So good. I finished this bougie bar because I got my loaf and I'm just so happy to be stocked up on this scent. My last L3, we're moving along here. This one was Earl Grey Tea, Coconut Milk, and Lavender Cashmere. This was a nice scent, but it was very light and gentle. It was just, I couldn't really detect a lavender in it. I feel like the lavender cashmere is mainly just the cashmere with maybe just the slightest hint of a sweet lavender. And then I could smell a little bit of that kind of rich coconut milk and then a little hint of herbalness from the Earl Grey tea. This to me was very spa-like, very gentle. I enjoyed it in the bedroom and bathroom. It wasn't something that was super strong and blew me away, but I could detect it in the air and just smell this nice spa essence. That is all my L3. So let's do my fantasy wax next. This first one was this sample in Banana Brulee. I have melted this before and I really enjoy this scent. To me, Banana Brulee is like banana body care. It's like almost as if you were smelling a banana lotion or like a banana sunscreen. I really like it. This one was Heffalump. This is cotton candy frosting, sweet lavender, and mallow fluff. This was absolutely gorgeous. I love cotton candy and lavender together. It's so good. This one definitely benefited from some cure time. From the first piece that I melted to the last piece that I melted, it got a lot stronger. The cotton candy frosting is definitely a little bit more of a muted cotton candy and it kind of just smells like a sweet frosting. I don't get like a huge sponge sugar or like slightly fruity note from it like I do from L3s. But the sweet lavender was just so gorgeous with that. It was kind of just like this extra sweet lavender frosting. I really enjoyed it. This one was Black Flame Candle, Apple Cinnamon, Mallow Fireside, and Espresso. I feel like I slept on this scent. I'm not gonna lie, because this was so much better than I expected it to be. I feel like Apple Cinnamon with Espresso, that's about to be my new vibe because it was so good. I can't even express to you like how that blended together. And then with the Mallow Fireside, it was almost as if you were like drinking your coffee and sitting by the fire and you just had some apple cinnamon spices in the background. Oh my gosh, this was so good. This was like drinking your coffee on a fall day. I loved it. I cannot believe I just let this sit in my collection for so long because it's so good. This one was Scream Queen, Amish Cinnamon Bread, and Pumpkin Spice Latte. This one for me, it was okay. It wasn't the strongest thrower. I didn't really get a whole lot of coffee from it. I didn't get a whole lot of cinnamon from it. It was just kind of this like lightly fall scented fresh baked bread. Like I said, it was okay. It didn't smell bad at all. It smelled good. It just didn't blow me out of the park with throw or just with the scent in general. This one was Avery's Fave 2024 Sugar Cookie Royale, Strawberry Pound Cake, and Buttercream Frosting. This was so good. This was as if you got one of those like huge sugar cookies and it was just totally frosted in a strawberry buttercream frosting. This smelled like the fresh baked type of sugar cookie that comes out of the oven, which must have just been how all of these blend together, because normally Fantasy Wax's sugar cookie is more of that kind of like crystallized sugar on top, crunchy sugar cookie note. But the way that these blended, it just made it this really rich, doughy sugar cookie. And the way the strawberry pound cake and the buttercream frosting blended, it was just like perfection the way they blended. And it just made it this gorgeous strawberry frosting with this cookie. Love. I believe that this should be coming back in an upcoming pre-order. She normally does that with her birthday scents, so I'm hoping to be able to grab a loaf of this one. This one was Jack and Gus French Toast, Powdered Donuts, and Cream Cheese Frosting. This one was super, super rich. The way that the French toast blended with the cream cheese frosting, it was a really, really heavy scent. You got the syrup from the French toast, but then the powdered donuts, the powdered sugar, and the fried dough was really nice to like balance out that heavy, syrupy French toast. This was a really yummy breakfast scent. Last from Fantasy Wax, this was a favorite of mine. This is Fairy Godmother, Jelly Donuts, Lavender Marshmallow, and Mallow Fluff. This is another one that benefited from cure time, but when I melted it after I let it sit a little bit, oh my gosh, it was so stunning. The way that the fruitiness from the jelly donut blended with the lavender, I love a little bit of a fruity lavender. Maybe that's how I'm gonna get into blackberry and raspberry. Because jelly donut, yeah, I don't know, but this was a scent that was so unique to me and so difficult to describe. It was this fruity lavender with this fried bakery dough, and it was just so unique and so good. And I would just love to see this come back in some way. Alrighty, that was all of my Fantasy Wax. Let me talk about my few things that I finished from Teddy Bees. So this first one was Anthony's Cabin. I got this in a D-stash and it only had a few pieces in it, so I only got to melt this a couple of times, but this was birch leaves, citrus peel, pine cones, white florals, vetiver, sandalwood, and woods, and this was just an amazing, amazing woodsy scent. It was just straight up like cabin in the woods. So good. I would definitely buy this. You could smell the tree bark. You could smell the leaves. You could smell the pine cones. It's just so good. This one was Saint Valentine. The label is spelled wrong. It says Saint Valentine. I don't know why. This is pink sugar, Earl Grey tea, balsam fir, and sweet vanilla cream. I love this scent. I got this scent last year. I used it up pretty quickly, and then I actually posted looking for this on a D-stash page, and I bought it from Summer before I even knew she was Summer, which is so mind-blowing to me. Like, I didn't even realize it until I like scrolled up in our messages, and I was like, oh my god, that was you. But this scent was then actually available in the most recent RTS. I didn't buy any more because as much as I love this, I've now had it twice, and there are just other scents I wanted to experience. But oh my gosh, this is just a very, very unique, pretty, perfumey, feminine, herbal, lightly tree scent. You have to just try it. Just the way that the Earl Grey tea, the balsam, and the vanilla cream blend is absolutely out of this world stunning. And then you add that feminine sweet pink sugar. It just creates something really magical. If you picked this up in the ready to ship and you haven't tried it yet, I really don't think you'll be disappointed. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous scent. I also finished this loaf in royal pink, pink sugar, buttery toffee, buttercream, fluffy white cake, and sugar cookies. This was a gorgeous, 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 dense, heavy cake bakery with pink sugar. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. The pink sugar was just this little hint, so it didn't come off like overly sugary body care or anything. This was mainly a cake scent. Loved. Absolutely loved. Last one I finished here was Cozy Cookie Cake. This is a classic warm iced white cake, beach treats, marshmallow fireside, and signature sugar cookie. So this is one of the only beach treats blends that I like from Teddy Bees because her beach treats is just way too strong and perfumey for me. It hits me really harsh on the nose, but it's way more of an undertone in this. This is mostly the white cake, the marshmallow fireside, and the sugar cookie. I honestly don't detect marshmallow fireside too much. I mainly get this like really, really nice, rich white cake with frosting and some sugar cookies. Then I get this like undertone of the beach treats, and this is just like really pretty summery bakery. I really, really like this one, and I'm so excited because in my collection, getting ready to be chopped up soon, I have Cozy Cookie Cake with balsam, and I just think as much as I like this one, I'm gonna like that one 10 times better, and I'm so excited to try it. Let me talk about the Melt Stash now. So the Melt Stash, I recently posted my first haul, and I just have to tell you that I have been so beyond blown away by almost every single one of these. All of them in throw, like I'm telling you, these are so strong and so gorgeous. And the price, it's so reasonably priced. I love that she offers snap bars because it's a great way to try a scent with a low commitment. $2.50 for a snap bar. I really don't think that you can get better than that. And if you have not tried the Melt Stash, I highly recommend just placing a small order and seeing, because it's really such good wax. This first one was the sample that I melted in an Old Man's Winter Night. This was balsam fir, roasted pine cone, and sweater weather. This was so good. This was like the perfect winter night. It was that gorgeous balsam tree, a roasted pine cone, and then the sweater weather gave it this like touch of masculinity, a touch of a little cologniness without it being too harsh. I really liked this. This blended together so well and really was like a winter night with a slight masculine cologne. So good, very atmospheric, very pretty. And then this other sample here, this was the only one that was not my favorite. This was Amazin' Glazin', zucchini bread, glazed cinnamon donuts, and wild berry mousse. So on cold, I really smelled the zucchini bread and the donut with just this ever so slight hint of wild berry. And I am not a fan of wild berry mousse, so I was pretty surprised on how much I liked this on cold. But then when I melted it, I couldn't smell the zucchini bread or the donuts. All I could smell was the wild berry mousse, so I didn't end up enjoying it as much as I thought. I don't know if it might need a little more cure time or something, but the zucchini bread just kind of disappeared on warm. But this one, then Cozy Nights by the Fire. This is one of the snap bars that I got in my first order to try. This is actually the first scent that I tried, and let me tell you, so stunning. Campfire or marshmallow fluff, vanilla lace, and fireside. So good. I love that musky vanilla lace with that sweet marshmallow fluff, and then the fireside is just such a tasteful, slightly smoky fireside. This just created the most gorgeous smoky sweet vanilla. I loved it. It was stunning. This one was Paulo's Palace, Palo Santo, Sugar Cookie Royale, and Toasted Marshmallow. So this was the one in my Melt Stash haul that I said was the closest to L3's Today's October 3rd of these notes that I've ever smelled on cold. So many vendors have done it. They all smell different, but this one was honestly the closest to me, and I do have friends that agreed. And then I melted this, and on warm, I feel 100% the same way. It's extremely close to today's October 3rd. I would say it's honestly like 95% there. So as we all know, L3 is closing in a month, and we are going to be looking for that combination in as many places as possible. And I'm going to tell you, I think that the first place that you should turn is the Melt Stash. I really was impressed by that. And then this last one was also so amazing. This was strawberry pound cake, pumpkin pecan waffles, and birthday cake. I cannot smell most birthday cakes, and this birthday cake was so strong. I was so happy smelling it because I was like, this is what I've been missing with birthday cake. Like, I can't believe that this is what it's supposed to smell like. It smelled so good. It was just like such a sweet cakey scent with that buttery pumpkin pecan waffles and that hint of strawberry. It was just so sweet and magical. I loved it. It threw so strong in my open concept. I couldn't believe it. Now I will talk about my super tarts. So this first one was Boo. This is toasted marshmallows, vanilla bean, cornbread, and Mexican fried ice cream. I had a sample of this before, so I had got it in a brick, and this is good. To me, it is a little bit basic, honestly, on warm, just kind of like a basic bakery, except for the Mexican fried ice cream. That really does make it different because it really smells like vanilla ice cream and like a fried shell casing on top, which is really good. I think for me, honestly, cornbread is not like, it's kind of I think my least favorite bready note. And so I don't know, like it's good, don't get me wrong, and I think it's worth trying, but I don't think that I'd repurchase. This one was Deja Brew, coffee, sea salt, caramel, almond, and butter cookies. I got this honestly with that Rose Girl scent in mind, that Boom Roasted. To me, it sounded similar, just with almond instead of coconut. And on cold, this coffee smelled really harsh, but on warm, it was super toned down, and it was a really, really nice caramelly sweet coffee scent. I ended up really enjoying it. And then last Super Tarts was sugar biscuits, cotton candy, buttercream, whipped cream, and vanilla bean biscuits. This was just a super, super sweet, 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 like confectioner's sugar scent with that cotton candy and that buttercream and whipped cream and vanilla biscuits. Like it was just really, really, really ultra sweet powdered sugar, like when you are making icing out of a powdered sugar and you know how you like are mixing it and you keep adding, like that is to me exactly what it smelled like. This one was a little bit of a light performer. It worked better in small spaces. Let me talk about my two from that Smell Good shop. This first one I have spoken about many a time. This is Dream Warriors Fresh Coffee, Butterscotch, Spruce Tree, and Sugar Cookie. This is such a gorgeous and unique scent. I sent this one to Summer. She is not a coffee fan, and she did say that she enjoyed this. I really do feel like coffee is very much an undertone in this, and this is mainly a tree and butterscotch scent. So you get that spruce tree, but then it's totally, totally sweetened by that rich caramelly butterscotch and that sweet sugar cookie. And then coffee just adds almost this like depth in the background, the way that sometimes like a perfume will have a coffee base note, and it doesn't smell like coffee, it just has that depth to it. Highly recommend this Dream Warriors. And then I also finished this one called Morpheus, which was sugar cookie, gooey caramel, and coconut chunks. This was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. It was sweet, rich, fresh baked out of the oven sugar cookie with a really, really rich caramel and this gorgeous, gorgeous sweet coconut. It was a very, very rich, heavy, intoxicating sweet scent, and I really enjoyed it. From Swanky, I have a couple of lavender scents that I did. So this first one was Lavender Noel. And so from what I've tried so far from Swanky, her lavender is really, really good. It has that slight fruitiness that some lavenders do, that it's like a little harder to come by, but hers is a really nice, very, very sweet with like this hint of fruity lavender. So this was Lavender Noel. I believe that it was just that lavender with vanilla bean Noel. Oh my gosh, this was so stunning. This was such a pretty lavender. If you're a lavender fan and you have not tried Swanky's lavender yet, please do. I think that you would be happy. And then the other lavender was this Lavender Paris. I believe that this was lavender and Sweet on Paris. And Sweet on Paris is this like fruity body care. It kind of reminds me of like a pink chiffon, but a little bit more fruity. And this just amped up that slight fruitiness in the lavender. I loved this Lavender Paris, and it made me want to try Sweet on Paris with lavender blended more, because I never thought about that, and it was so good. This one was Angelic Cedar. I believe that this was her Angel Share type. I absolutely love Angel Share type. It's like cognac, praline, sweet, and like that barrel aged cognac. It's so hard to describe, but I think, yeah, like if you imagined a barrel aged rich cognac with some cedar and a little bit of sweetness from like nutty praline, it's just, if you haven't tried Angel Share, just try it. I feel like more people would like it than they think. Like, you should try it. It's really good. These two are candles from the Keeping Room. I did Marshmallow Fireside and Campfire Marshmallow. And to be honest with these two, I had a hard time differentiating. Like, I really wanted to see if I could detect what is the difference when I melt Marshmallow Fireside and Campfire Marshmallow, and they were very, very similar to me. I have some Twilight Garden samples. This one was Magical Paris. I believe that this was a Sweet on Paris scent. This was like fruity body care, a little bit musky. Yeah, really, really pretty. This one was Royal, and I think I wrote a note for this. No, I don't think I did. I don't think that I did. I'm really sorry, but I cannot remember what this one smelled like, so I'm not even gonna like try to pretend. I'm gonna skip it. I'm sorry. This is why I don't like to wait. And then this one was Vanilla Beach Breeze. This was really nice. This was like a perfumey beach scent. Kind of reminded me of like an At the Beach or a sea saltwater breeze from Bath and Body Works. Yeah, that was pretty. I have a couple from Empire Alchemy, 2 samples. This one, Horror House, I remember was this like earthy, smoky kind of incensey scent, and I enjoyed. And then this Wilshire was way more cologne-y. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be too cologne-y on warm, and it bordered on that, but didn't quite get there. So I enjoyed that one. It was definitely a little more on like the masculine cologne side, like I said, but not too harsh for me. Okay. I have a couple from Sweet Tooth Scents. This first one was Hot Apple Pie. This was just a really, really nice baked cinnamony apple pie scent. Through great Sweet Tooth Scents, I got amazing performance from. And then this one was Second Date. Roasted marshmallow, sea salt, ginger blossom, coconut orchid, vanilla driftwood, and musk. This was so gorgeous on warm. I really regret not being able to pick this up in her pre-order, because I absolutely loved this. It was the most gorgeous, summery sweet scent, but it had so much more to it than at beach nights with that driftwood and the musk. It was just really, really, really beautiful on warm, and I definitely recommend it. 2 from The Pharmacist's Daughter, 2 samples. This one was Different is Beautiful, Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, Sugar Cookie Dough, Vanilla Buttercream, and Birthday Cake. This was just an amazing, rich, decadent bakery scent. This is one that we melted at the beach. Yeah, I don't know if that was in the beach video that I posted or what, but it was so good. Just imagine like the sweetest, richest, decadent, cakey pumpkin pecan waffles bakery. And then this one, I didn't like make a new label on it because it was just Apple Blondie. And this was just a really, really yummy apple bakery. Why are we not? Yeah, just like a super, super yummy baked apple. Loved. 2 here from 30A that Summer gave me. I put these in right away after I opened her box because I wanted to try them. This first one was Pink Cashmere, fruity floral blend of warm vanilla, sandalwood, and cocoa butter. I think that this was pink chiffon and cocoa butter cashmere. I put this in my bedroom and adjoining bathroom, and it was absolutely gorgeous on warm. It was that like super, super kind of warm, inviting cocoa butter cashmere without it being like too soapy, and then blended with that sweet, fruity vanilla pink chiffon. It just created this really like welcoming, warm, body care, inviting bedroom scent. I really enjoyed it. This was sugar corn pudding, sugar cookie, and zucchini bread. I cut up the sample and put it in my open concept, and I think that I shouldn't have cut it into 3 pieces because I could smell this and it was good, but it was definitely way more of a light performer. It's not that I couldn't smell it. I could always like detect the essence in the air, but I like my bakery scents to be a little bit stronger than that. But since I could definitely smell it, and the other one did so well in my bedroom, I'm just not gonna cut these into 3 anymore. I think 2 would have been perfectly fine. And now I am just on to my one-offs, which is crazy. I had to stop in the middle, so I don't know how long this is gonna end up, but I'm thinking it's pretty long. This one was cinnamon sugar pretzels. This was from Scoopable Wax Melts, but this is back when they were called Scoopable Tart Wax. Pretzels dipped in cinnamon and sugar. I didn't get the greatest performance from this one. It was just kind of this like very light cinnamon sugar scent. I've been having a hard time with Scoopable Wax Melts, the this shop, not just like Scoopables in general, in my open concept. They do great in small spaces, and I really just need to stick to that. This was Haunted Bake Shop from Salt Mountain Melts, Pumpkin Sugar Donut and Bake Shop. This is one of the best pumpkin bakery scents I've ever tried, ever. So good. The most perfect pumpkin fall bakery, and it threw like a beast and just awakened on warm. This was so gorgeous. I have been stalking their page hoping that they're gonna offer this in the fall time because I was just blown away by that one. This was Sassy Girl Aroma, Brandy, Birthday Cake, and Zucchini Bread. This is one of the birthday cakes that I just really can't smell. So to me, this just smelled like a super sweet zucchini bread. It was great. I loved it. I get amazing performance from Sassy Girl Aroma, so can't really go wrong there. This was the shock of the century. This was Ghoul Gang from Southbound, raspberry, strawberry, blackberry, citrus, smooth whipped cream, sweet musk, and sugar crystals. So let me tell you, I am not a blackberry person. I'm not a raspberry person, and I'm really not like a fresh strawberry person. So when I saw this sample, before I even smelled it, I was like, this is gonna go to a friend. Like, this isn't for me. And then I smelled the sample, and it smelled so beautiful. It smelled like a really rich, deep, true mixed berry fruit with this gorgeous like body care musk behind it. And I warmed it, and on warm, it was just as good. I've never, ever, ever, ever smelled a blackberry or raspberry that I like more than this one. I couldn't believe it. Like, I genuinely couldn't believe it. So I'm on the prowl for this scent, and if you are looking to kind of find your way into those fruitier scents and seeing how you can enjoy them, if blackberry and raspberry are normally way too harsh on your nose, I recommend giving this Ghoul Gang scent, or maybe even just Southbound fruity scents in general, a go, because I was so pleasantly surprised by that one. This was Saturday Morning from Knoll's Farm Scent. Marshmallow cereal bar, marshmallow, Fruit Loops, and Fruity Pebbles. This was basically just like your ultimate cereal scent. It was super great breakfasty in the morning. I've been getting amazing performance from my Knoll's Brittles, so I'm so thrilled about that, and I definitely will continue to purchase from Knoll's. This was in my first purchase, and I'm beyond happy with it. This was from Birdie's Making Sense. This is On Point, Earl Grey Tea, Boom Boom, and Salty Sea Air. This was absolutely amazing. This was very summery with the Salty Sea Air and the Boom Boom, but then the Earl Grey Tea just gave it this like earthy element that I really, really loved, like this herbal earthiness to that Salty Sea Air and Boom Boom. Oh my gosh, so, so good. I would definitely buy that again. This was a sample from Penny's Wax Melts. This was in Starburst Candy. I had this sample for like a year, and I'm not a big fan of candy scents. I just needed to get it over with. This just kind of smelled like lemon lime candy. Like I said, candy scents are normally just an automatic pass for me, but I just wanted to melt it and get it out of my collection. I was honestly a little sick of looking at it. This one, my friend Amanda gave this to me. This is First Class from Salem Soy. This is strawberry pound cake, buttercream, and a faint espresso. This was so, 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 so good. Barely a coffee scent. Like, the faint espresso was so faint. It was almost like those undertones, like I was talking about, how it's more of just like a depth, an undertone of depth. It was mainly that strawberry and pound cake with buttercream, but with this just like elevation, with this elegance. Like, you could tell that there was just something more to it, and it was so good. I've never purchased from Salem Soy, but I would definitely buy this scent. And we are on to my last empty of this month's empties. I can't believe it. I just wonder how long we've been here. This is from the Starlet Corner. This was strawberry jam, vanilla wafer, and vanilla bean Noel. This one was okay. I normally really like strawberry jam scents. They're my favorite out of the strawberries, but this one, it just smelled a little bit too artificial for me on the strawberries, so it wasn't my all-time favorite, but I will say I've tried quite a few from the Starlet Corner now, and as a vendor in general, I'm very happy with their wax. Whew, I'm out of breath. Let's take a sip of coffee. We got through this together. Thank you so, so much if you have stuck around to watch all of this all the way through. I'm never gonna let my empties build up like this again. I am so relieved to have filmed this, and I can't wait to get it edited and uploaded. So I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you like wax videos, and I will see you in my next one.